कुंज बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभा जय गिरिवर धारी जय गिरिवर धारी जयो यशोदानन्दना जयो ब्रज जन रंजना जयो यमुना तीरवनचारी जयो कुंज बिहारी जयो कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 प्रभुपाद जयो जयो प्रभुपाद जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस प्रजाचार्य अष्टोशत His divine grace AC भक्ति वेदांता स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय बीबीटी फाउंडर आचार्य शिला प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय नामाचार्य शिलादास ठाकुर की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna everybody, I would like to welcome you all for our today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. Today we are reading from Canto 10, which is the face of the Lord, entitled as the Summum Bonum. And today we're going to read out from chapter number 82, which is entitled as Krishna Meets the Inhabitants of Vrindavan. And today we're going to read out from text number 47, which is the second last verse of this chapter. Shri Shuka Vacha आध्यात्मा शिक्षया गोप्या एवं कृष्णेन शिक्षितः तद अनुस्मरणाद्विष्टा Jivakoshastam adhyagan. Please. Shri Shukavacha Adhyatma Shikshaya Gopya Evam Krishnena Shikshitaha Tad Anusmaranadavishta Jivakoshastam Adhyagan Shri Shukavacha Adhyatma Shikshaya Gopya Evam Krishnena Shikshitaha Tad Nusmaranadavastista Jeev Koshasta Madhyagan. No? Okay, thank you. Word to word meaning. Sri Shuka Vaja. Shukdev Goswami said, Adhyatma, about the soul. Sikshaya, with instruction. Gopyaha, the gopis. Evam, thus. Krishnena, by Krishna. Shikshitaha, taught. Tat, on him. Anusmarana, by constant meditation. Dvasta, eradicated. Jiva koshaha, the subtle covering of the soul, which is known as false ego. Tam, him. Adhyagan, they came to understand. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada's disciple, Srila Prabhupada's disciples ki jai. Translation. Sukdev Goswami said, having thus been instructed by Krishna in spiritual matters, the gopis were freed from all tinges of false ego. Because of their incessant meditation upon him, and with their deepening absorption in him, they came to understand him fully. Purport. Srila Prabhupada renders this passage as follows in Krishna. The gopis have been instructed by Krishna in this philosophy of simultaneous oneness and difference, which is Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. Remained always in Krishna consciousness and thus became liberated from all material contamination. The consciousness of the living entity who falsely presents himself as the enjoyer of the material world is called Jiva Kosha, which means imprisonment by the false ego. Not only the gopis, but anyone who follows these instructions of Krishna becomes immediately freed from the Jiva Kosha imprisonment. A person in full Krishna consciousness is always liberated from false egoism. He utilizes everything for Krishna's service and is not at any time separated from Krishna. Om Jnana Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshunmilitam Yena Tasme Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deen Bandho Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Shri Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vindavaneshwari Vishvabhanusate Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyati Deshatarini Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Shikor Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. It's a very great honor and privilege to be here in ISKCON Chicago in front of Shri Shri Kishori Ji and Gaur Nitai and Jagannath Baldeswar Ramai. So this canto itself calls as the summum bonum, means the fruit or the end of everything. And it is such a sweet, beautiful canto. Even the whole Srimad Bhagavatam is so beautiful, but still it has been kept. It's been said that 10th canto is the face of Lord Shri Krishna, which is like a moon shining. So his instructions are also just like that. It's also shining, especially in Canto 10 here. So if you see the title of this chapter, it said, Krishna meets the inhabitants of Vrindavan. And he's meeting all his old friends, especially the gopis. And he also met his mother, father, Nanda Maharaj, Yashoda, and all other inhabitants of Vrindavan, whom he loved or whom they loved him so much. After so many years, so much, since the Krishna left with his brother Balaram, when they were going to Mathura to kill Kamsa on the invitation of Kamsa, and since then he never returned. He never ever returned. He got married to so many queens, 16,108, so many children, so many things, and they were dying in the separation of Lord Shri Krishna. Finally, the day came. And where is it happening, this meeting? Do you know where this meeting is happening? Huh? At Kurukshetra. There is a very auspicious time there. Solar eclipse came. On that occasion, everybody thought, let's go to Vrindavan, let's go to Kurukshetra from Dwarka. And they all went, along with all their queens, soldiers, and everybody. And from there, when the inhabitants of Vrindavan got to know Krishna is coming with everyone, they could not stop themselves to see Krishna. They say, okay, we will all pack. And they came on their bullock carts. Krishna came on horses and chariot, and these all habitants, being as a simple villagers, they came on their cart. Anyway, it's many things unfold. Krishna met Nanda and Yashoda. They cried, hugging each other, kissing each other as a father and a son, as a mother and a son. And many unfold stories happen. They were telling, you remember that you used to do this, you remember that you used to do this. And then finally he came to Gopis. Finally, he came to Gopis to meet. And when he met Gopis, he actually gave a personal time to every single Gopi. It's not like that. Like when we come and we see there are thousands of people, we can't go and meet everybody, giving 1,000 times, like every single minute to everybody. We just say Hare Krishna to everybody like that. But no, Krishna is so personal that he personally met everybody. He personally embraced everybody. And he was asking, how you are doing without me. But they were not in the separation of Krishna because they were always thinking of Krishna. They were always in the meditation, always in the trance of thinking about Krishna. But Krishna finally gave so many other instructions which he has already given. They don't need instruction. But what they need just the association of Lord Shri Krishna. Just want to see him. Just want to see him face to face. It's enough. It's a festival to their eyes. It's completely a festival to their eyes. Those people who are in completely enamored and loved with Krishna, whenever they see, it's those moments are the moments of festivals to their eyes. And it's exactly happening here. He gives so many instructions how they can remove the false ego and many other things. But when we read all these things, we need to figure it out where we stand. Okay? What's in there for us? Because every single instructions of Lord Shri Krishna has been seen in many angles. It's not just only one angle. It depends what's the level of your spiritual practice, on which level you stand on your spiritual practice. A same instruction can be taken by different angles. So for us, because we will not talk about the gopis and other, because they are the highly elevated, Vaishnavis or the devotees or the lovers of God. We cannot imitate them. What we can do, we can inspire. Okay, this is called the pure love, and we have to work on our spiritual practice. What's in there for me? How can I achieve those loves, the love gopis have for Lord Krishna or Lord Krishna has for his devotees? Here, okay, so they're saying Here, the gopis were freed of all tinges of false ego. Did they ever have false ego? No, they never ever had. Because Krishna does not associate with those jivas or those living entities, those who have false ego. But just to using them as an instrument to the conditioned soul like us, he gave the instruction. Because when this instruction will be read in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam in current scenario, so we can work on our case here. And here Srila Prabhupada, because Srila Prabhupada disciples they picked up the purport or the information from Krishna book, because this chapter was not written by Srila Prabhupada himself. I think he stopped till chapter 13, yeah? And then after that, the incomplete work was completed by Srila Prabhupada disciples. So when he says, he mentions here that Lord Krishna is talking about here achintya bheda abheda tattva. I am one, simultaneously I am different also. Because we see in the Vedic school, there were two types of schools were there, Advaitavadis and Dvaitavadis. Some people say we are one with the God, and they give the Shastric reference, and which makes fair, okay? If you read those Shastric references, okay, makes sense. And some people say, no, we are not one with God, we are different. And they also give the references of the Shastras, which also makes sense. Lord Krishna came as a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he clarified these two different things. He says, yes, we are one in one sense and we are different also. And there's a further clarification being done by our acharyas. They say, okay, how do we understand? Because Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, Mamai Vamso Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, that you all are living entity, you are my part and parcel. And Prabhupada gives an example, two examples he gives to understand this point. He says, an ocean. Just take an example, an ocean is like a Krishna. Okay, what is the quality of an ocean? Salty. It's very, very salty. But if you take a one drop out of that ocean and you give to the laboratory and find out what is the quality, what is the feature of this drop of water, you will exactly find this is the same part and parcel of that ocean. Okay, whatever the saltiness, it's in the whole ocean. It's exactly the same salt is there in the one drop of that water. Okay, and similarly he gives another example of a fire. There is a whole big fire. Okay, we do bonfire, we do here bonfire, we don't here, but in Australia we do a lot, in the night, or many other parts of the world they do. So in a bonfire they put so many blocks woods there, and they lit a fire in the evening and they enjoy the party. But if you see from those fires, there's some little sparks also comes out. But if you take to the laboratory and you check it, the same quality is there what's in the whole fire. So, but what is the different? But the ocean is unlimited, the fire is unlimited. But the one drop of water and a one spark of fire, they are very minute. We are very, very limited. Even though we have got the same quality, Krishna is Satchit Ananda. We are also Satchit Ananda because we are his part and parcel. But the problem comes when we tried to enjoy separately from Krishna. Then Krishna says, okay, not a problem. I can make another room for you, another world for you where you can go and enjoy. So that's how we came into this world. And when we came into this world, we wore the jackets of so many things, so many elements. Jackets of false ego, jackets of intelligence, jackets of mind, jackets of earth, water, fire, either. So many jackets we wore on top of this soul, what we are. And by wearing those jackets, we start identifying ourselves into that particular, and the very thickest layer of jacket is false ego. It's very, very difficult. You cannot overcome until unless you follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. That's what this verse is talking about. There is only one way that you can come out of the false ego. And that's the only way is that following the instructions given in the Vedic scriptures under the guidance of his bona fide spiritual master. That is the only way you can come over. Because he is the master. He is the master. Which form of Lord Krishna is the what do you call in charge of false ego? We get this information in Canto 5. Which form of Lord Krishna? Lord Sankarshan. Lord Sankarshan. That form is the in charge of force. Even though we know Ete Chamsa Kalapamsa Krishna Stu Bhagavan, he is the source of everybody, but he has made a particular incarnation to take care of the false ego. And who worship Lord Sankarshan? There is another personality who can cut off our false ego. Yeah, that is there. Lord Shiva. Because he worshipped Lord Sankarshan. And simultaneously, of course, it's the same power because there's no difference between Krishna and his pure devotee. They can guide you. They can guide you how you can come over from the false ego. But that problem comes, how much eager are we to follow that instruction? Srila Prabhupada many times says, he says, whatever I have done so far to spread the Krishna consciousness, I don't want to take any credit. It's not me. But one credit I want to take on myself. And what is that credit? The credit is I followed the instruction of my spiritual master as it is. Everything was done by him only. I only give that credit to myself. And that shows us example, we have to do the same thing if you really want to be success in our life, especially in this lifetime. But if you want to hang out and you want to take many more lifetime, go ahead. Anyway, we have taken so many. So what's wrong to take few more or some more? Okay, but it's not easy because false ego is so thick. Even though we practice for so many years, you know, false ego takes many forms, such as uh, Maya. Me and mine. Yeah, it's one of these. Me, myself. No, me, I, myself. Me, I, and myself. And prestige, pride. I have done this. It's only by me. This whole congregation is flourishing. It is only by me. Book distribution is flourishing. I am the in charge. I am as a temple president. I am as the GBC. There so many false ego comes. No problem. On a material prospect, when we have to introduce ourselves to some other party, if they are not a devotee, we do say, okay, my name is so and so. Okay, I'm a devotee, I'm an American, I'm an Indian, so many other things. I do as a service or being as a president or being as a, whatever, GBC, Zonal Acharya. We do identify, but internally we have to work a lot. Because if we have those prestige while practicing our spiritual lives, no matter how many years we tick off in our checklist, they are worthless. Because at the end of the day, when the time will come to leave this world, our bhakti will be tested. That's what Rupa Goswami has said in Nectar of Devotion very beautifully. Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam tat patvena nirmalam rishikesha sevna bhakti richate. Whatever the upadhis, what are those upadhis? Whatever we identify ourselves with anything. I am someone's son, I'm someone's husband, I'm someone's daughter, I'm someone's wife, I'm someone's, this and that. Anything. You just name it. We have to take off all upadhi internally and not externally. Because bhakti is all about internal process. It's not all about gathering information. It's mainly all about transforming your own heart, your own consciousness, especially coming out of this false ego. If you read Canto 5, we can figure it out that this there is a layer on this soul, the layer of earth water, and the water is 10 times thicker than the earth. Air, water, no, earth, water, air. Then the air is 10 times more thicker than the water. And if you think all these elements, they are 10 times thicker to the previous one. And the last scenario is false ego. And it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to come out. Only Krishna and his devotee can break this one up. Otherwise it's very difficult to break down. So Lord Krishna has completely telling, if you have taken the instruction from me, so make sure you are following it properly. If you have seen, because of course some of us are practicing for some number of years, we can figure it out. Somewhere we have removed ourselves from the false ego. Yes, Prabhuji, you are practicing for so many years, all of us are here. We can see somewhere we have made some improvement. At least we are not being enamored or allured by seeing some material things or putting ourselves, I am the owner of this car, because we don't have attachment, we don't care, you know okay, no problem. I'm the owner of this iPhone, I'm the owner of this so and so building. We know that it's good, gonna go any time of our life. We set up our alarm in the night to get up in the morning, but there will be no guarantee that we will get off to turn off the alarm. Maybe we will be turned off by the will of providence, by the time, you know we don't know. So only because our senses, our senses are the only problem here. When we try to feed them, they feed our souls, our false ego. It is so subtle. We can't even imagine how the false ego looks like. We can only just take it through theoretical way. Other five elements, or maybe even in the gross elements, some elements are very subtle by nature, but they've been called as gross, like earth. Okay, earth is gross. You can see, you can touch, you can smell, you can eat, you can do everything. But as the element goes up and up, it becomes more subtler and subtler and subtler and subtler. Okay, earth, water, water. You loses the smell. Air, you loses the seeing and you loses the smell. What is there? It is there only touch. And then and there is fire, and then there is a space, then there is a mind, then there is an intelligence, and there is a false ego, so subtle, very, very subtle, very, very subtle. And that is the only thing Krishna does like to see, a pride is the only thing Krishna doesn't like to see in his devotee. And we have seen during the past time of the previous chapters, when Krishna was dancing with the gopis, some of the gopis thought, oh, he's mine, I'm so beautiful, I'm so, attractive, that Krishna has left other gopis and he's spending time with me. Every single gopis were thinking the same, because he expanded himself into 16,000, Krishna. And every gopi was thinking, I'm so special. And lit tinge of false ego or a pride came into their mind, and Krishna disappeared from them. There is only one person who is prideless. Who is this? Shrimati Radharani. She is the only one who is prideless. And that's why Krishna likes to spend time with her. Krishna in a male form, Krishna in a female form, Radharani. It's the same thing. But to teach us a lesson, we need to take lessons from every pastime of Lord Krishna. And for that one, we need a help of great devotees. I would like you to go back into your life just to think sometimes, or we do anyway most of the times, but those special moments in your life, you see, being under the grip of a false ego, we have done so many blunder. We committed some Vaishnava aparadh. Okay, we put ourselves in a danger that we are still trying to come over, or many other things. But that time when we were angry, came out of our false ego, we did something, but after a period of time, like maybe a year or a same day or a month or a week, we can see we regret for that. We do regret. Ki, oh Krishna, I could have stopped myself that time. Why did I say that? Okay, this person said this thing to me, but he was ignorant. At least I am practicing, I should be shown some compassion or some mercy upon that person. But no, somewhere there's a false ego, hurt so much, so much hurt. Many of the seniors, they say, if you really want to, go back to Godhead, it is not that because I do that service, so I have to say this, but that's their own experience. If you really want to cut off your false ego, you know, which service is the best service? Huh? Washing toilets? Okay, more or less. Anybody else? Book distribution. My God, it smashes your pride like anything. I have seen it when I was in Melbourne, and there are so many householder devotees. They were so wealthy. I mean, they are the millionaires there. They have like 100, 200 laborers are working for them. Okay, they have Mercedes, BMW. I mean, they have so many factories. Even in India also, if you go to Delhi, they are so wealthy there. Okay, their dressing sense speaks. Their watches, their expensive watches speaks who they are. Their bracelets, their gold chain, this speaks. They are a wealthy person. And when you see a wealthy person, your tone changes. Oh sir, please come. So much, respect and honor we give there. And we think, yes, I am something. I'm really something. But that person, when he goes on the street to distribute books, even the rickshaw wala chastises him. Even the auto rickshaw, even the beggar chastises him. Beggar says, "This is my area. You have to do anything you do, go other side." And the person can say, "Baba, I'm not an ordinary person." But what to do? Because he is engaged in the service of the Lord, so he has to be humble and take up any position to spread the message of Krishna. But if he thinks, he don't think, I'm just selling a book of 20 rupees or 100 rupees or $2. No, I am so wealthy person. So what does it mean? He's trying to show off. He's something. In same Canto 5, there's a pastime of Rahuguna and Jadabhart. King Rahuguna, he shows off everything. He shows the sign of a puffed up false ego man. Don't you know? I am the master, I am the God, I give you food, under my protection you are living, so and so, blah, 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 blah. When Jadabhart starts speaking, he got down from palanquin and he paid his some attention. Oh my God, my dear sir, you are a Mahatma. I didn't realize I committed so many offenses. Even though he was going to Badrik Ashram to meet Kapila Dev. But he says, ki, I got my spiritual master here only. He says, ki, sir, I am ready. The time you are ready to shatter your false ego, that is the serious time. It shows that you are really going back to Godhead. If you take up any service anywhere in the temple, so make sure that service has been awarded by Krishna to purify ourselves. And that can be taken by any time. Before us, somebody else was doing. Now we are doing. After that, somebody else will do. It is not that Krishna is waiting for 40 years. Oh, this person will come, then the book distribution will be uplifted. Then the temple will be uplifted. Then the congregational program will be up. Then the cooking will be uplifted. No. Thousands and millions and trillions of Lakshmi ji is there to serve him. He doesn't need our help. We need him. But as a father, he also needs us because every father wants his child to be happy and come back to his home. But one sense and other angles to see is we need Krishna desperately. We really need him. Because without him, we cannot cross over the ocean of this material existence. He himself has said, Maya adhakshena prakati suryate sa characharam hetunanena kauntya jagat viparivartate. This is my energy. This is my divine energy. You cannot come across until unless I allow her to move aside. To move aside. Because if he says so, then who are other demigods and other people to stop us? But he also wants to see the sincerity, because we are celebrating Damodar month. Yeah, a very beautiful pastime there. Mother Yashoda showed, always trying to bind Krishna, always two finger shots, always two finger shots. Krishna wants to see two fingers. Acharya explains those two fingers are our endeavor and Krishna's mercy. Krishna's mercy is always there. Whenever we are taking birth in any species of life, He's always there taking care of us. But the problem is we are not showing our endeavor to get back to Him or to go back to Him. We are not showing our endeavor. Every time we get some kind of a facilities to enjoy this world, we immediately chooses that facility over Krishna. Oh yeah, Krishna anyway, he's a secondary option. He comes and try to get me every lifetime. What's the problem? What's big deal? No, it is a big deal. It is completely a big deal. Nobody loves you as much as Krishna does. In one of the scriptures I read, where it mentioned that in this bhautik jagat, in this material world, the most closest or the purest love has been shown between a mother and a son. That is the closest, but that is also not the closest. But if you add trillions and trillions and trillions, unlimited mother's love, you can't compare the love of Lord Krishna's that much, even 1%, how much he loves us. That much he loves. We cannot even imagine. you know Even though if we do something good in this material world, something we do good, okay, everybody start claiming, oh, this he's my friend, he's my son, he's my brother, okay, he was my neighbor, and many other people. Oh, he's our office employee, he used to live in my street. Everybody start claiming because you're so famous for some reason, if you see yourself, okay. But suddenly where there is a police case or some other thing, everybody start cutting off themselves. I don't know this person, I've never seen him, he was never with us. And many other people, they will say, I knew him since his birth, he was so mischievous, I know one day he's going to put themselves in a trouble. Everybody is the opposite. But in any situation, Krishna is always your well-wisher. Even though you are in a good position, even though you are in a bad position, he's always there to guide you, to help you, because he is the loving, only loving father. He's the only loving father which is helping you, not now, the time you entered into this material world. Only for one reason. Why only Krishna? Why not me? Even though we are not so matured, if I see myself, sometimes this kind of a thought comes into my mind. And the thought is, whenever I see the form of Krishna in a deity form, because I'm not so pure to see Krishna as it is, only I can accept him through the Vedic scriptures, because I'm not pure yet. Okay, Krishna in the form of stone, Krishna in the form of marbles, Krishna in the form of wood, and Krishna in the form of metal, only as I can see. But having a trust on Srila Prabhupada and other acharyas and scripture, I accept, yes, Krishna is there, but I'm not pure. But some point, somewhere, or many times it comes in my mind, why Krishna is enjoying? He's in a statue, okay? He has the most beautiful garland. Why he has the most beautiful food on his plate? Why he has the best light? Why he has the best decoration? Why he has such a big temple? Why? Somewhere something pricks comes into the mind. So much hard work to do. Why? He's been always glorified. Why not me? Why not me? What's about me? What's wrong with me? And I was thinking, after understanding so many things from the scripture, still these thoughts comes. Then what will happen when I was not a devotee? How much false ego I was carrying. Always me. If you see around, especially to our neighbors, or if we have our family member, those who are not a Vaishnava, not practicing, or our relatives or people around us, Everybody is centered around themselves. What's in there for me? What's for me? What's for me? I am first. I am first. I am first. This material world is all about I am first. I am first. During COVID, we have seen, if you go to shopping center, grocery shops, and any other, and people see I am first. I am first. Let me take. Not don't let things to be finished. People were fighting for toilet papers. People were fighting for milk. People were fighting for vegetables, fruits, because they are thinking they can see in shopping center there are hundred thousands of people are lined up, and they're in fear. "Ah, if my turn will come, maybe that thing will be finished, so I'm going to live, I'm going to survive, what's in for me?" And there are punches going on, kicks going on, abusive language going on, so many things we have seen. But as soon as we come in our Krishna consciousness, we learn we are not the master. Gopi bharto padkamlayo dasa dasa anudasa. When we are doing, deity worship course, there is a process come bhuta shuddhi. Just try to purify your bhuta, means your consciousness, by reminding yourself. And what is that self? I am not a Brahmana. I am not a Kshatriya. I am not a Vanaprastha. I am not a sannyasi. I am not a Garastha. I am not a Brahmachari. I don't belong to anybody. I don't belong to anybody. I just belong to only one personality, which is Lord Krishna and his devotees. I belong to my spiritual master. I am his property. I am not anyone's property. Everybody is claiming me. You are my son, you are my husband, you are my brother, you are my countryman, you are so and so. Everybody is putting their tag on us. But the real identity, what we are, that nobody is letting us know. No, nobody is telling, because that's how this material world works. They influenced us so much that we forget our real identity. And what is our real identity? Jivere sarup hove Krishnere nitya das. Jivere tatashta sakti bheda abheda prakash. Which is exactly following our today's words. Bheda abheda. Bheda abheda. Achintya bheda abheda tattva. That yes, we are part and parcel. Yes, we are the servant of the Lord. We are also tatashta sakti. Half here, this point. But our real identity is to serve. Serve Lord Krishna through his pure devotee, and as much as engage our senses we can do to purify. Every day, Srimad Bhagavatam, every day chanting, every day seeing the Lord, every day eating his prasadam, every day smelling anything offered to the Lord. These things will purify our consciousness. But if we're not engaging our senses to Krishna, so where will we engage? What is the opposite of Krishna? Maya. Krishna is spiritual. If we not engage our senses in spiritual activity, so we will engage our senses into material activity. And we will end up with what? Binding ourselves again into this material world. And there is a big trouble. And we have seen, even though we try to remind ourselves, but it doesn't work because Maya is so strong. It is strong, and especially we are here in America, it is strong, but there is one more statement of Srila Prabhupada. He says, yes, Maya is strong, but you are also weak in your Krishna consciousness. Because you are not strong in Krishna consciousness, that's why Maya looks strong to you. Is it true or not? Because we are weak, that's why the other person looks stronger. Have you ever had a fight in your life? In school, colleges? Yes. Yeah? And why do we feel ourselves weak front of any opposition person? Why do we feel? Because we are not strong. If we are strong, then the other person looks weaker. We know we can handle him. That's how the Krishna consciousness is. If we have a fear that I will be drag away, no problem. I'm not saying we should not be careful. We should be careful all the time. but we have to be powerful or strong in our Krishna consciousness. If we have a very good sadhana, good rounds of chanting, good hearing, good means attentive. Everything has to be attentive. Good attentive hearing, good attentive listening, Srimad Bhagavatam, good attentive services. My spiritual master always says, it says that inattentive chanting is an offense. Yes? He also says inattentive service is also an offense. Inattentive service is also an offense. If we have come here, so we have to see, okay, this is Krishna's temple. He's watching us. All the Guru Parampara are watching us. So we should not take our service lightly. No. We have to be very, very, because detailed to the attention to the details. Prabhupada's statement is there, attention to the detail is the sign of love. Whatever services we have given to us, if we are attentive and we are doing our best, we are taking care of all the details, then we can see the heart is been purified so much. No one will see you because we are used to show up. Okay, Prabhuji, Mataji, or Temple President, I have done this service. We are used to glorify ourselves. We are addicted actually. I will use the word addicted. We are addicted to glorify ourselves. I have done this program, I have done this book distribution, I have opened this temple, blah 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 blah. We are addicted to glorify ourselves. But we need to change our addiction. We need to be addicted to glorify Lord Krishna through our service and many other prospects, especially following the instruction and Srila Prabhupada. Okay, I'll stop here, and I would like to see if anyone has any question or any comments or any feedbacks or any reflection. It would be nice.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank
Hare
you so
Krishna.
much for your class. This point you mentioned about ego and ego represents like everything, every speculation I have which does not come from Krishna or spiritual masters or senior Vaishnavas.
Yeah.
That's coming from ego. So how do we counteract the speculations and the voices that are not coming from Paramatma, spiritual masters and Vaishnavas?
Yeah. Follow the scriptures. Follow the scriptures and follow the instruction of spiritual masters. That is the only way. Because there is no difference between Krishna and his pure devotee. Okay? Our minds, because we are used to, we think, why other people will make a decision in my life? Who are they? This is my life. I have to make a decision of my own. Okay, and we have told this answer to our parents, we have told this answer to many other people, and we have end up ourselves into danger. The best solution is, if you have to train the mind how to follow the instruction. Okay, if your mind is telling you to do like this, then you tell your mind, is it Srila Prabhupada has approved, or it's the Shastra is saying to do this? If it's not, I will not do. I will exactly not do, because there will be many people around you, those who are not spiritually strong or not matured. May they agree, okay, Prabhuji, oh yeah, you can do it. But later on, you find out Prabhuji was also wrong and your mind is also wrong. So that's why we need to take the shelter of the Bhagavatam, like scriptures, Bhagavad Gita scripture. When you will read, you can easily counteract the mind's decision. You will read, okay, my mind is saying do me, but Lord Krishna in chapter 6 verse number this and this, he says we shouldn't have to do this. Okay, I will not do. Done. Decisions being done spiritually. Yes. But if we take the shelter of the scriptures, we will have spiritual intelligence. Prabhupada says we have two type of intelligence: material intelligence and spiritual intelligence. If you see the people around us, they are so intelligent. Some are very intelligent. If someone has made this phone, this microphone, and many other gadgets, if you see, and many other things, it's a work of an intelligent person, isn't it? It's a work of an intelligent person. But we need to grab spiritual intelligence. And what is the spiritual intelligence? Following the spiritual subject matter, and and share with others and go back to Godhead. Don't let your mind overtake you. You overtake your mind, because mind is being controlled by intelligence, and intelligence is being controlled by soul. It says in chapter 2 or chapter 3 Bhagavad Gita, somewhere it says that senses are being controlled by mind, and mind is controlled by intelligence, and intelligence is controlled by soul. So you are a soul. So you don't let your mind control you. You control your mind with the help of intelligence.
It's
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. If it's not, thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande.